Hello, my name is Felix. This is a video representation on our article titled Preserving the Identity of Barok Culture for Gumbang Community. Me and my team, as shown on the slide, are currently studying in Swinburne University of Technology. This article is derived from one of our assignment report during our first year. With the help of Mr. Ting, our mentor and lecturer, effort were made for this publication. For the study overview, the Kampong Gumbang is known for its traditional Barok heritage, and the study document challenge in preserving Barok identity. Our study method are using dialogue session, community survey, and observation. And our study finding emphasize sustainable cultural preservation. The objective of this study is to explore the overall village livelihood, highlight the importance of Barok in preserving cultural heritage, and identify challenges affecting identity and tradition. For the introduction and background, in Sarawak, rapid modernization have transformed the rural landscape, and traditional communal practice has been replaced by urban lifestyle. And our aim is to understand how Kampong Gumbang preserve its Barok culture. So let's have an overview on Kampong Gumbang. It is a village located in Baruk district, which is 60 kilometers away from Kuching, the mainland city and the main city of Sarawak, and it has mountainous terrain with limestone and tropical forest. For the population, there are 444 villages with 222 males and 222 female across 126 family, and they are primarily Bidayu. The Barok is located centrally in the village, remain the symbolic and cultural heart of Kampong Gumbang ethnicity.
Moving on to cultural heritage and practices. The village celebrates Gawai Nyobang, otherwise known as Gawai Nyobang Festival. They treat the Barok as a sacred house for ritual and ancestral artifacts. The village believe in traditional healing, taboos, and unique Badawi cuisines. The Barok is also a bureau of culture and art that sustains cultural transmission. Next, let's talk about the Barok structure and significance. The Barok is a circular structure elevated on Belian wood, otherwise known as ironwood. Both old and new Barok serve ritual and communal roles. It, it is the symbol of unity, identity, and indigenous knowledge. It combines sacred and social functions. Moving on to research methodology. Our team did a field visit to Kampong Gumbang, which is located in the Bau district. We did interviews with the community headmen and villagers. We also had observations of the Barok's artifacts and structure. Lastly, we did identification of physical and environmental challenges.
So, after visiting Kampung Gumbang, we have found several structural challenges in the Barok. Firstly, the aging of wooden structure exposed to humidity and sunlight. Since mentioned earlier, the Barok is made of ironwood, and since it's a wooden structure, it is always exposed to humidity and sunlight and rain. Its structural integrity would decrease. Next, the material fatigue and UV degradation also weakens the structural integrity of the Barok, posing another issue. Lastly, overcrowding during festivals such as mentioned before, Gawai Nyoba, poses a safety risk to all the villagers who are celebrating their festivals. Moving on to the environmental and safety risks that we have identified during our visit. Firstly, termite infestation damaging Belian wood. The government does supply pest control to Kampung Gumbang. However, it is not a long-term solution as termites would still come back. So this can be an issue to dive deeper into. Number two, fire hazards from central fire pit and faulty wiring. During our visit, we have noticed that the fire pit inside the Barok are made out of wood, and it is a fire hazard, of course, and something should be done to prevent the fire from spreading if it ever happens. Faulty wiring is also observed during our visits. Number 3, rat infiltration damaging drums and relics. During our visit, the headman had pointed out that one of their drums were bitten by rats, where he also told us that rat infiltration is an issue and they are still trying to solve it. Lastly, lack of modern fire safety system. There are fire extinguishers in the village itself, however, they are located a bit further away from the barrow. So there is a risk that what if one day the barrow does catch on fire, no one is there to put out the fire. So that is all of the environmental safety risk. And these are very important because the barrow contains artifacts and very important significance to them traditionally, and it would be very, very detrimental to them if anything were to happen to the barrow. Let's dive deeper into the cultural importance and unity of the barrow in Kampung Gumbang. The barrow itself symbolizes continuity of traditions and knowledge, as it is the oldest barrow that is found in Sarawak. And their Bidayo culture is preserved within this barrow. Number 2, it promotes unity, rituals, and intergenerational teaching. The elderlies would teach the youngers to appreciate their traditions and to continue it on for years and years to come. Lastly, the barrow is the central of Gumbang's social and cultural resilience, which means it is super important for them to keep and maintain. Let us assess the barrow together. As you can see here, there are 2 tables made by our mentor, Mr. Ting. The first table shows the assessment of the Baruk building materials, while the second table shows the assessment of Baruk's traditional instruments. As you can see from the table on the left, we have the Baruk building materials, its material itself, and its fire risk, as well as the degradation level. As we can see here, materials include mostly of ironwood and hardwood, bamboo wood, and plywood, etc. These are all wooden structures that have slightly low flammability, however, it should still be assessed. Next, the degradation level, it ranges from medium to slightly higher, so it poses a risk of structural integrity on the barrow itself. Next, let's look at the traditional instruments itself. We have long drums, ceramic vases, ritual ceremonial table, woven baskets, ritual mats, and the headhunter trophy skulls that are found all in the barrow. We have assessed it based on the material, its heritage value, and if rats favor the material itself. And as you can see here, rats do favor the long drums. As I mentioned before, they bite on the drum and are therefore damaging these materials. In conclusion, the barrow of Kampung Gumbang faces structural and environmental threats as we have presented in this video. The preservation of the barrow is essential for sustaining Bidayo's heritage. With that, we highly encourage the fire safety upgrades and pest controls to be implemented in Kampung Gumbang so that they can preserve the barrow. All of these efforts can help to strengthen the community education and sustainable tourism. I would like to say here that even though that this is just a small village that is located far away from us, we should never disregard them and we should always treat them as equal. Therefore, they also deserve the help from outside in preserving their culture. That is all from our team. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you all have a good day.